We are sandwiched between Fort Worth and Dallas, Texas, and Arlington at the luxurious AT&T Stadium. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready. Between the Seattle Seahawks and the Dallas Cowboys. Two teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Ready. Hey, we got Mike 50, huh? Watch a slant. Let go.
Elliott running right. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man.
Mike's 50. Mike's hit it.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. Well, certainly not how he wanted to start his night. First throw of the game, an INT.
Yeah, it's not easy, but he's got to try and wipe that one away from the memory banks. And let's face it, it's not often a quarterback and a defensive back have a lot in common. But one thing, because they have these... Whip. Watch the whip.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he's not going anywhere to start the night. They stop him at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, second down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now they try the right side here. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. With a lot of the media, Charles, ourselves included, starting to prep those MVP ballots, you wonder if last week's performance, which he admitted was not very good, if that hurt him at all coming down the stretch.
Less than 50 yards on the ground in last week's game that you referenced, and let's face it, if he has another game like that, we'll erase him from the MVP discussion. He won't even be talked about anymore. He has to bounce back with 100-plus in this one in order to stay in that race.
Third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Going for the deep, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 38. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4. At their 48-yard line.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
3 bud. Protein spill.
They'll run with Elliott. And he's taken down at the 50 after a short gain of 2.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
On 3rd and 2, Curtis. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Come on. Hey, 50. 50's the mic. 50's the mic. You better bring it. You better bring it. I'm letting you fight.
On 4th down, Curtis. And this is incomplete. Byron Jones, the free safety, able to get a hand on it and knock it away.
Now, that's just simply good coaching and excellent technique on that play. You know why? Because everyone wants to rush the passer when they want to throw the football, but you're not always going to get there. So what are you taught to do? When the ball's finally thrown, get your hands up in the passing lanes, and they batted that one away.
No. Good starting field position here for the Seahawks as they come up 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. And an alley to run. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations, because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get 3 down to the 34-yard line.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
And the Cowboys here on 3rd down, bringing in an extra defensive back.
Kill.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he will not make it to that imaginary yellow line as they get him to the ground at about the 23. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. I also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
This is taken at his 4. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle.
Mike's 50. I don't think you got it, son. Leo. Check 24. Check.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Curtis. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Short throw, pick six right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This is taken at his 4. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line.
At their own 31-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10.
General West.
They start on the ground with Elliott. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. When you're down early, how do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offense coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Now, this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Exit. Screen. Watch the screen.
10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports.
10. Cowboys nothing.
On the ready. Mike's 50. Mike's 50. Here we go.
Now Lewis here on 1st down. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in, your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. The Cowboys on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 5. Looking to throw. Curtis. Wide open receiver complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 39. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary. Figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Elliott. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Ready.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. 10th carry now for Elliott. And he's going to get this pretty close to a 1st down as the tackle is made at the Seahawks 31.
They just keep trying, but so far, finding no room for him to run.
None whatsoever. In fact, you run the numbers. He's under 3 yards a carry at the moment. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This time they face a 3rd and 2. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. 2 yards and able to get the 1st down in the process.
Ready, 8, read. Mike 50, huh? Heavy on the edges, heavy on the edges. Get it.
Throwing on 1st down. Curtis. Campbell making the catch. A gain of 6 there on first.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Not ready for this, man. Ready?
A 2nd down run with Lewis. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
3rd and 4.
This offense has converted 2 third downs on this drive already. This is 3rd and 4. They stay on the ground, but this time it's Elliott. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. They get the first. The decision to run on 3rd and medium winds up being a good one. So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this carry terminated at the 8-yard line. Good stick skill showing the power, but just not much room to operate. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
At the 8-yard line.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Tight end left. Tight end left. Even. 4 to go.
2nd and 4. He's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17.
But nothing takes a start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
No, now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
On 3rd down, Curtis. His throw caught at about the 5. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. They'll try again with Elliott. And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Ezekiel Elliott hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point by Gay is up and good, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. This one taken from the 7.
Now that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. It's been an awfully slow start for them. This is their 3rd possession. They don't have a first down yet.
So that means they have to change up what they're doing, and for some teams, it's a change in tempo, usually moving it to more up-tempo type of an offense, just to try and change their fortunes right now. What they've been doing so far isn't working. Maybe they'll do that.
And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Over the middle, it's complete. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 42.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and put the down marker back to 1.
They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half.
Check, 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 check.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Shit, shit.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will get him down a couple yards shy of the first down marker. A nice tackle coming up from his free safety spot. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call.
Your trip is here.
So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. On the left hash, officially it's called a 51-yard attempt. And this one is right down Broadway. And that will do it for this first half. So we have reached halftime in what's a 6-point game at the break. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. This will be taken very short. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a thing, hit them with something else.
Here we go. Set. And read. Set. Watch 54. Watch 54. You're not ready.
And again this time to the tailback. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
And he'll give it here to his running back. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Set. Go to base. Right set. Hey, one set. One set. Check Mike 54.
They'll try and run forward Hill. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
I'll bet they thought they had picked that one up because it was a 3rd and 2 call, and they got awfully close. Now we're at 4th and inches. I wonder if they think they're feeling lucky here and maybe want to go pick it up.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Hey, it's just me and you. It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
They'll set up to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Boy, nowhere to go at all on that first down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Brings up second and 11 at the 47-yard line.
Come on, set. Now one. Nice by 4. Let's go, D.
Now a handoff looking right. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's third down. Third and 15 here after the first and second down plays went in the wrong direction.
Right there, 54, right there, right there.
Back to throw here. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's fourth down. So it would appear they will not be able to add to their lead on this opening drive of the second half.
Yeah, if another touchdown was scored there, now we're talking about a 2-score game, and they're probably on their way of creating an excellent gap between them and their pursuers. But how about the defense there, able to step up and keep themselves in this one?
They're going to try and throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Another carry tonight for the workhorse Elliott. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
Let's go now. 60 outlaw.
Rabbit.
Hey, foxtrot. Fire.
Back to throw. Curtis. Got an open man. That's Campbell. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Cowboy first down.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
I used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, second and 2. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
At the 42-yard line.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple.
Slam.
22 jet bomber. Ready.
On the handoff, here's Lewis running right. Give him 15 there, and the Cowboys have a first.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
They'll stay with Lewis here on first down. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Check 31.
On second down, Elliott trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
Brings up 3rd down and 9.
Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9.
Hey, Charlie!
Back! Sponge!
Let go!
Looking to throw. Curtis. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that wasn't the first option.
No, he came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag, completed it very well.
Quick dash! Come!
Yep.
He goes to use you. He comes to me, it's me.
Now Elliott. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
Not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the 4th. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. Here's Elliott. What a stand so far defensively, and now that's going to bring up a 4th and goal.
I know this is your spot, partner, so forgive me for jumping in, but there's no decision right here. They have to go for it in this situation. They're down on the scoreboard. How many other opportunities are you going to get?
Yeah, I'm with you. 4th quarter, like you said, down on the scoreboard. And remember here, a field goal virtually does them no good. Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal.
Weapon.
Slam!
On the ball. Keep gripping.
Running with Elliott. He's fighting, but they're not going to let him in. Stopped at the 2-yard line. Ezekiel Elliott unable to punch it in. And the Seahawks able to come up with a goal line stand. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Their defense forced the turnover on downs. They've got the lead. They're in good shape, but can't go into a shell here, right? Still got to be careful.
Yeah, because they're still a long way away from kneel down time. So they've got to work on getting first downs, keep the sticks moving, right? Keep the clock going, and above all, ball security. Don't turn it over.
A tight game like this, such a tough spot for the offense to be in. Even though they have the lead, Charles, back up so close to their goal line, they got to protect the football.
And that's when you have to take care of your team with play calling as well. Not a lot of misdirection, not a lot of counters, not a lot of plays where you have extra ball handling. Get it right to the hands of your running back, tell him to take care of the ball, and try and move forward.
A little more room here on 2nd and 6 from the 6. Now they try the right side here. They find some open field here. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking. Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down, got the big completion in the pickup, fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively, a backbreaker. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Going to give this time to the tailback. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. They'll run with Hill, and he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. This is 3rd and 2, maybe the biggest play in this football game. Now back to throw. Dancing to his left. He may try and run for this. And he lost the football. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 41. And he'll give it here to his running back. Able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
At the Cowboys' 37-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now a handoff here to his running back. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. Going to give this time to the tailback. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. And now here comes the 3rd of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And now it's a 2-score game at 9, 16-7. Same story continues. He's the only one that's scored for them, their kicker, with all the points.
So now when we hear the chants of MVP, MVP, they're definitely aimed at him because he has been the only guy who's put points on the board in this game.
Kickers are always either the hero or the GOAT. So far, he's definitely the hero. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
First down 10 at their own 29-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
A simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time. But you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down to position. We were able to be in position to score. Let's go.
Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Throwing on 3rd and long. Curtis, now in desperation. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off Byron Jones. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, that's the kind of day that you feel really good about. Now, I do know a few guys are going to think to themselves, held them to 7. If we'd made one more play, could have had our shutout.
They'll go with Hill here on first down. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. What happened there? Was that just a missed assignment on the O-line?
It certainly felt like it, but also the speed of the play. When you're talking about defensive end, they want to be ahead of the clock, don't they? They want to be upfield, making plays on every snap. How about his agility there to run that one down?
I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back to you. Mike 54. Mike 54. F-O-F-O.
Now a handoff looking right. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's third down now. Finding room inside the 40. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
And able to work his way down to the 16. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
I know that every now and then we get in those meetings with coaches, and you almost want to roll your eyes when they talk about staying on schedule when they're moving the football. But would you say a 7-yard run is ahead of schedule?
Fourth quarter with the lead, you love that, don't you?
No doubt about it, because staying on schedule is trying to get 4 downs on first down. They did that plus 3.
On second down, Smallwood. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. So the victory here for Seattle. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second-half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the Seahawks, the win moves them to 12-1 now on the year. And they'll have another road date next week with the Los Angeles Rams. Meanwhile, for Dallas, it's their very first clunker of the year as they'll fall to 12-1. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew,